In this video, we will look at numerically analyzing the pattern of toothpick figures. Our question is multi-part, and it is given the first three figures of the rectangles toothpick figures. You can see the rectangles below. Part A, loop each figure and numerically determine the total number of toothpicks in each figure. Part B, mark your number counts on the loops for your figures and give the addition expression. Part C, sketch and analyze figure 4. Part D, how many picks will be in figure 100? Part E, which figure will have 376 picks? And do all of these analyses based on your numerical patterns. In subsequent videos, we'll look at the other parts of the three-part pattern analysis, the words and the symbols. Again, you can use toothpicks or any small objects. You should probably find them helpful to lay out the figures. We'll start by looping the horizontal picks on the rectangles figure. You can see that groups of 2 here at the top and at the bottom are circled on each figure and marked with 2. Notice that there are 2 of those, top and bottom, and that they increase as the figure number increases. There's 1 pair of 2 for figure 1, 2 pairs of 2 for figure 2, and 3 pairs of 2 for figure 3. Now let's add in the vertical pick count. You can see just the vertical picks are marked here. There are 2 for figure 1, 3 for figure 2, and 4 for figure 3. You can see there's 1 more vertical pick than the figure number. And here's the looping combined and the addition expression below it. For example, for figure 1, we have 2, that's the vertical picks, plus 2 plus 2, that's the top and bottom picks, times 1. And then for figure 2, we have 3, that's the vertical picks, plus 2 plus 2, that's the top and bottom, times 2, that's the figure number for the pairs, and similarly for figure 3. If you want to relate this to the figure numbers, you might write the vertical counts instead of 2, 3, and 4 as 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1, and 3 plus 1 to emphasize that it's 1 more than the figure number. And that is just marked here. Let's draw and analyze figure 4 based on the pattern that we've seen. We see there's a set of 2 picks at the top and at the bottom, increasing as the figure number increases. For figure 4, there should be 4 sets of 2 horizontal picks, top and bottom, and those are drawn here. This is just the horizontal part. At the front and the end and between each pair, there should be 1 vertical pick. So we have a total of 5, which is 4 plus 1 vertical picks. Comparing our analysis to figures 1, 2, and 3, we have the following page. And notice how they're all very similar. We also have the totals listed here. For part D, the question is, how many picks will be in figure 100? We see our numerical pattern is the figure number plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 times the figure number. This is part of our numerical analysis, even though we've slipped some words in there. So for figure 100, we should have 100 plus 1 plus 2 times 2 times 100, which is 101 plus 400, which is 501 toothpicks. For part E, the question is, which figure will have 376 picks? we can use our numerical pattern, the figure number plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 times the figure number, and solve for 376. So we set that equal, and then we subtract 1, and we get the figure number plus 2 times the figure number equals 375. Then we simplify. 2 plus 2 is, of course, 4, so we have the figure number plus 4 times the figure number, still equal to 375. When we simplify again, we have 5 times the figure number is 375. And we simplify again, we divide both sides by 5, and we have the figure number is 375 divided by 5, which is 75. Figure 75 will have 376 picks. Let's check our work. Let's start by checking our addition expressions. Do they all match? Notice for figure 1, 2, 3, and 4 that they all start with the figure numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then they all have plus 1, which matches our pattern. Then they all have plus 2 times 2 times, and then again the figure number. So yes, they all match. As a second step, look at the number pattern of the total toothpick count. For figure 1, we have 6 picks, then for figure 2, 11, for figure 3, 16 picks, and for figure 4, 21 picks. We see this as an arithmetic sequence with a common difference of 5. 6 plus 5 is 11, 11 plus 5 is 16, and 16 plus 5 is 21. As a third step, let's loop our figures a different way and compare our number counts. So you can see here that we've looped the rectangles figures in a way where the loops are just odd-shaped objects. And in figure 1, we have 3 plus 3, which is 6 picks, which matches our previous work. In figure 2, we have 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2, again that's 11, which matches, and so on. You can see that this looping pattern gives us the same number count. And you can see that's fully written out here. So for figure 100, we should then have, using this pattern, 100 plus 1 times 3 plus 100 minus 1 times 2, which sums to 501, which is the number of picks we had for figure 100 before. And for figure 75, we should have 376. And again, this checks when we run it through our second pattern. So our work checks. The answer for our questions are to loop the figures, and we saw this in our work. We have lots of different ways to draw this, and mark the number counts, and we again did this 2 ways in our work. And to sketch and analyze figure 4, we showed this in our work, and here's a picture of all of that. And then how many picks in figure 100? 501. And which figure will have 376 picks? Figure 75.